All right, I think the volume is on now. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm doing a sound check right now. Let's hear. Let's see. All right, I think the volume is on now. All right. Okay, I'm doing a sound check right now. Let's hear. Let's see. All right, perfect, perfect. So I'm going to give it some time for people to come on in and chime on in. If you are new to my channel, my name is Melanie, and you are watching Core Inspirations. This is a channel designed with social work students and professionals in mind. And today we are going to get into it. Today is what? Social Work Month. Started out first of the month, 1st of March, Social Work Month. So shout out to all of the people working hard out there. I'm going to give it some time to kind of let people come on in. But if you are here, definitely comment down below. Let me know. Are you a BSW student? Are you an MSW student? Are you currently working in the professional social work? I would love to know. Comment down below so we can kind of get the conversation kind of started. But tonight we're talking about your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession of social work. I really learned that the hard way, and I wanted to kind of provide some additional, guidance, and I want us to kind of talk about that. Like, let's unpack that, let's process through that. So I'm definitely going to give some time and space for everyone to kind of come on in. But I am definitely excited for today's live. Like, oh my goodness. I have a lot to cover with you all today. So the time now is 8:37. I'll probably give it about 8:40, and I'm going to proceed on with today's live. And what I always try to do, because I know people's schedule is not always conducive to the same availability. So I'm going to be leaving up this as a replay, so that way you all can really kind of like refer back and reference it when it's more convenient for you, okay? But definitely join in if you are definitely, tuning in right now. Definitely comment below and let me know, are you a BSW student? Are you an MSW student? We're going to kind of give it some time to kind of give people to kind of join in. But it is Social Work Month. It is Social Work Month. And we are about to chop up and get on this live. Yes, we are. We are about to get on this live. I see people are still kind of coming in. So I want to give space and time for that. But yeah, just to kind of, like I said, let you know, my name is Melanie and you're watching Core Inspirations. This channel is on purpose, intentionally designed with social work students and professionals in mind. As some of you can see down below, my credentials, I've obtained my BSW degree, my MSW degree, as well as an LCSW-A. So I'm provisionally licensed in the state of North Carolina. My most current roles, I've worked as a macro social worker, and then now what I'm currently in as well is I'm currently an actual clinician. So I'm a therapist, and I'm really, enjoying the work that I do. It's not always easy, of course, not always easy, but definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. And I've learned so much throughout the process of me going back to school and really just, really just fine tuning what was for me, like what my passions are, what I'm passionate about. Because I'm a person, I'm really big on impact and fulfillment, and those are major core values for me. So I'm going to get into my story a little bit, but again, like I said, I'm going to give it some time for people to kind of come in. But for the people that are tuning in, because I see that some people are tuning in, for the people that are tuning in, you have the choice if you want to or if you don't. It's up to you. Definitely make sure that you put your name actually in the chat box, so that way I'll know who I'm talking to. If you're a BSW student, comment down below. If you are an MSW student, comment below. If you are a professional in the profession of social work, I would love to know, okay? But we are getting into today's topic. Your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. I want us to talk about that. Okay. Welcome, Brittany. How you doing? So you're an MSW. Okay. Welcome. We're about to get started in a little bit. Are you an MSW student? Are you working in a profession of social work as well? Welcome to today's live. Welcome. I see people are coming on in. I'm giving it some time. I'm going to give it about a couple of more minutes now. See, people are coming in. Welcome. Welcome to tonight's live. I'm so excited, y'all. We got so much to cover. I'm going to do a general introduction in a little bit. I want to kind of give it some space. And then also let me know. Let me know if you're a BSW student, MSW student, or if you're in your social work career. And then what state are you coming from? Yeah, what state are you coming from? Brittany said, girl, I am stressed. LOL. I am so over my program. I will graduate. Girl, you about to graduate next summer though. Okay, we're going to get into it. We're about to get into it. What state are you in, Brittany? We're about to get into it. Yep, people are coming in. Welcome. You come on in. Welcome. You are watching Core Inspirations live. My name is Melanie, and this is a channel you all designed on purpose, intentional, with social work students and professionals. I'm going to give it to about 8:43. The time now, well, I'm going to give it to 8:44. So people are still coming in. I want to make sure that they're coming in. I got my auntie in the room. Yes. Hey, Adana. Thank you for the support. I love you for that. I love you. Okay. I love you for that. Okay, Brittany. So I'm from North Carolina, but I moved to Texas. Okay. So we're going to get into it. Very interesting. We're definitely going to get into it. But girl, you about to graduate next summer? I love it. I absolutely love it. So we got a couple of, about 2 more minutes. She said, I'm from North Carolina, but I moved to Texas. Okay, that's very interesting. Definitely very interesting. But we are going to be going over some really good things tonight. Like I said, I want to kind of get started, but I do want to give place for people coming on in. Yeah, but Brittany, you are in for a treat, honey. You are definitely in for a treat tonight. Because one thing I can say, and I'm going to just do this. I'm going to start over. Hey, how you doing? Mary Jenkins, come on in. Thank you. You are watching Core Inspirations. This is a channel designed with social work students and professionals in mind. I'm about to get into it, you all. We got 1 more minute, and we're about to move forward. Mary, thank you so much for coming in. Let me know, are you a BSW student, MSW student? Are you a social worker in your profession? Comment down below. Let me know. And I'm going to just say this before we even kind of get into it. I got a special surprise for the people who join in and stay to the end. I got something for you tonight because we're launching it. Like, this is social work month, right? Like, we're doing some things. When I tell you, I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. We got 1 more minute. And you all get to know each other. You can all speak to one another. Brittany is definitely in the building. Donna McLean, she's definitely in the building. Mary Jenkins is definitely in the building. And to you all who do not know me, I'm about to introduce. Okay, we're ready to rock. So tonight, the title and subject matters that we're going to be talking about is your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. We are going to unpack that and we are going to talk about that tonight. But before we get into the topic matter, let me introduce myself because some of you all have never talked with me or maybe never seen me because I have a lot of new followers and I have also a lot of new subscribers. So I want to definitely make sure that you get to know a little bit more about me and understand what is this whole Core Inspirations, this social work girl. Well, my name is Melanie and I have initially started this channel because of my passions in my MSW program. I am initially a non-traditional student who had some work experience and went back to school. I worked for the Department of Social Services for 9 years, and it was in that role as I matriculated throughout my career, I got more and more behind the scenes, and I felt like, okay, something is missing. Something, when I first came in, I was in more of a frontline position where I did a lot of interviewing and hearing people's stories. And then as I grew within my company, I got more and more, like I said, behind the scenes. So it was then I discovered I missed that impact. I missed working in the, being right direct. I missed that direct care, working with families and hearing their stories. And I wanted to do more than just provide food stamps and nutrition services and Medicaid and all of those different things. I wanted to do more, hearing the stories of a lot of the families. So it was then I went back to school. I got my BSW, and then I took a year off, and then I got my MSW. I got my BSW in 2017, and I got my BSW in 2017 and my MSW in 2019. So currently right now, like I said, some of the current roles that I've worked in, I work as a macro social worker, and I'm currently a therapist as of right now. But when I tell you my journey has been great, I'm a first generational student. I've been through that process and really transferring over from a community college to a university. So there was a lot of support that I felt like I just did not get. And I want y'all all to know too, I'm not here to bash social work programs. Again, I'm a social worker, but I want you to have a realistic view of where you're going to be at when it comes to transition. So this passion of mine came from my own struggle. I'm the person that I wish I had back in my BSW program. I'm the person that I wish I had back in my MSW program. Because as you know, life still moves on. You're pursuing a higher level degree. You're wanting to go back and get some more credentials. I even met people that were actually coming in and going to a career change. So there's so many different reasons behind your choice to pursue the profession of social work. But I'm big on really, really supporting people. So like I said, my passion behind starting this channel is to provide direct support for social work students and social work professionals. And what I do, I pride myself. I've created my channel. I've been around for a little while now, and I'm moving forward within the services that I provide. So right now, I am a course creator and I'm a development trainer. So what I do, I'm going to be providing services more. I help out. I reached out to a lot of different people. I've heard your cry. I've heard like you, Melanie, we need more support. Melanie, how can you help us? So really, I just really have been pushing myself. I have a lot that I'm doing within my career as well. But this is my way of giving back to help the helpers, to help the people that are change agents. So that's my whole synopsis of why I'm here. Okay? That's my whole synopsis. We're going to get into a Q&A. I'm going to go over what we're talking about today. But I did want to just kind of, switch it up a little bit. I wanted to kind of talk about, because like I said, this is Social Work Month. I wanted to just tap in just to a little history, I remember being in my BSW program, and I remember saying, well, hey, I would like to know a little bit more about like how we were established. So I wrote some notes here just to kind of make sure that I am providing some information. So social work. So the number one thing that I felt like was really, really shocking is that our profession, you all, has been around for over 100 years. It's been 124 years to be exact, from where the first cohort actually took place in the summer of 1898. That was the first cohort for social work students. So all my cohorts out there, it's been a long time coming, right? And that was at Columbia University. In 1898, they had the first social work cohort. And then just to kind of name some of the pillars and some of the people that's in the profession, you're definitely going to hear their name when you're talking about social work history. So definitely James Adams, and that's with 2 D's. You're definitely going to hear about her. She was the first woman to receive a Nobel Peace Prize, and she was known for her work within social work, and then definitely as it relates to settlement houses. Whitney Young, some of you may not be versed in, know about Whitney Young, but he's also a social worker, African-American civil rights activist. And he did a lot of macro social work with the government and worked in consulting with presidents as well. And he was coined for being the director of Urban League. The Urban League. And he did a lot of work. He also did a lot of civil rights work, worked alongside with Dr. Martin Luther King himself. Some other heavy hitters that worked within our profession, maybe not had the coin name social worker title, because as you know, this work that we do is conducive to community development, macro level social work. We have the micro level, we have the meso level, we have the macro level. And I just wanted to make sure that I recognize the work, especially as it relates to minority and moving us to empowerment. Marcus Garvey, he was coined for Pan-Africanism, and a lot of points about really just kind of going back home to the motherland, going back home for where our ancestors are, and just that transition of assimilating and having so much difficulties. So he was coined for that and being a leader over that. Ida B. Wells, she was definitely a stand-up woman. Said before there was a Rosa Parks, there was an Ida B. Wells. She was definitely known for her boldness that she had and the resilience that she had in regards to anti-lynching. She definitely was moving forward with that. And then we definitely can't forget about W.E. Du Bois. And then his videography, how he pretty much showed the discrepancies of colored and non-colored, white, black, African American, Caucasian peoples, the discrepancies of their learning styles. And he did a lot of work and did a lot of traveling. That's just to name a few. That's just to name a few. I also want to recognize the McAdoo families who provided, it was a husband and a wife who provided a lot of validity to the research. Oftentimes the narrative would be written for us, and they did a lot of work. Another contribution I want to talk about is Kobe Campone. He was coined for African American and Black psychology. And then definitely I wanted to also put out Elmer P. Martin and Joanne and Martin. These are books that I actually have for my program. So yes, I want to definitely let y'all see those things. So definitely look them up if you're just hearing anything. But yeah, I am going to go to the comments and just to kind of see. But I want you all just to relax and sit back because we are about to unpack tonight's topic. Your social work program will not prepare you for the profession. It's not going to give you everything within the profession. So let me see in the comments. Let's see here. Let me go down to the comments. I want to make sure. So give me an emoji. Put an emoji in the chat to let me know if you all are excited about Social Work Month. Let me see some emojis come in the chat. Let me see some emojis come down here. If you are excited about Social Work Month, and then we're going to kind of get into some of you all's Q&A, because it's about you all tonight. I wanted to, like I said, put myself out here as a resource, because not everybody knows the platform that I have, and it's growing. Like, oh my goodness, it's growing. It's definitely growing. Okay, yes, I see you, Brittany. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. Looking at some emojis coming in. But yeah, I'm passionate about the work that I'm doing. I'm definitely passionate about the work that I'm doing. And I'm going to give time for people to come on in. All right. And we're going to do a Q&A in a little bit. We are going to do a Q&A in just a little bit. Do we have any non-traditional students viewing tonight? Where are my non-traditional students? I definitely want to spend some time talking to you. And my traditional students, let me know where you're at. Definitely let me know where you're at. And Brittany, I know you said that you are an MSW. Let me actually go through. So Brittany said she's an MSW. She said, girl, I'm stressed, LOL, so over my program. I graduate next summer. Then she talked to us about moving. I start off with a BA in criminal justice. I wanted to become a victim's advocate. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, I got my master's in human services. So BA in criminal justice, you wanted to become a victim advocate, so you got your master's in human services. I originally wanted to be a social worker, but I was lazy to do the internships. Now the internships, that's a whole, I got some videos on that too. That's a whole nother conversation right there. Okay, so you have your master's in human services. Okay, so definitely still within that helping field profession. Long story short, I took the shortcut and messed up, LOL, wasted time basically. Now I'm back in school 2 years later. So now you're pursuing the MSW. So this is your second master's, Brittany? Are you going for your second master's degree? I want to make sure I understand that right. Mary, I see VYNFYI. Let me know what that means. I'm not pretty sure what that means. How is the sound, you all? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the sound. Okay, I just want to make sure that you all are hearing me well. But okay. And Brittany, I want to make sure that I understood you right. You are working on your second master's degree. Yes, but tonight we're about to get into it. Your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the field. And it's not. And I had to learn that myself. Oh my goodness, I had to learn that myself. All right. Let's see here. Wow, the information is awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so yes, you're working on your second master's degree. Okay. Oh, you know what? Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Brittany, for actually seeing. So let me ask you this, Brittany. What would you say that was the biggest reason why you felt like your master's in human services may have not got you where you wanted to be, that you feel like an MSW would be more better for you? Um, are you interested? Like, what is your trajectory? Are you wanting to do clinical? Are you want to do macro? What is one of your goals that you want to do after obtaining your MSW? I would definitely love to know that. And while Brittany's doing that, I'm just really much going to talk to you about where I'm at now. So like I told you, you all, this channel, this platform has been really based upon my struggles as it relates to really going back to school. And I feel like even with my department, even with my MSW program, they had a division where you can kind of go and you would have to really kind of do things on your own. And we had like the writer center, but it was very few. It was one person that was actually over that. I went to a private school to get my MSW, but it was like one person in the writer center. We utilized the library as well, but there was just so many learning curves that I had to go through. And then that was throughout the program. And then after I graduated, I would say this, and this is not to brag in any kind of way. I'm letting you know, just letting you experience my truth. So I made straight A's throughout my whole program, except for the first semester I made 1B. And I was a person, I had to work towards understanding social work concepts, social work procedures. Like I said, I was a non-traditional student, so I had did my undergrad, a lot of my undergrad at a community college, and then I went to the university level. You talking about APA writing, I would jack up my papers, oh my goodness. In-text citations, I say it all the time. I literally got it wrong so much, but I grew and I kept pushing, and I was just so tunnel vision for wanting more, We don't choose this profession, and I'm not a believer of social workers don't make money. That's something that you'll see on this channel, on Co-Inspiration channel. We challenge those stigmatized beliefs and outdated beliefs, because this is definitely a thriving career. You could do so much in being a social worker. You can work in the medical field. You can work in the criminal justice. You can work in the judicial system. You can do school social work. You can work in the criminal background. I ain't even talking about just criminal justice. You could be a PO. You could be a DJJ, Department of Juvenile Justice. You can be a clinician. You can have your own private practice. It also leads way into entrepreneurship. You can do so many different things. You can do macro level social work. You can work for nonprofits. You can do proposals and plans and grant writing, and the list goes on and on and on. You could be a medical social worker, case management. You have to know what you value. And when I tell you, it took me a journey. It took me a journey to really get where I'm at. But when I tell you, I've learned so many lessons. And right now, what I'm doing right now, I'm really challenging myself to go to the next level. I've heard so many different feedbacks and challenges with so many different social workers, and I mean internationally, not just within the state of North Carolina, not just in the states of the United States, but all over internationally. So as of right now, I am actually doing tailor-made courses. So what it is that you'll let me know what you're working with in regards to your goals, what you want to do, and I'll be working with you to tailor make actually curriculum for you to be able to work. Like I said, I'm a course creator, but behind all of what I do is development, training. Development and training. I'm a development instructor. I'm a development coach. So I want to be able to really tune in, because I've been given a lot of information. I've been getting a lot of information back, but I want to make sure that I kind of hone in on what people's individual issues are, what their individual issues are. Welcome everybody. I see that you all are coming in. Okay. Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate that, girl. I love glasses. I appreciate that. Welcome, and I see other people are coming in. If you're just joining tonight you are watching Core Inspirations. Is a social work channel. All things social work. I have made it my business. I have committed it to my life work to really give back to the community, and the community of social work students and social work professionals. Like I said, I've been through a long journey to get where I'm at. I have obtained my BSW, my MSW, and my LCSWA. But let me check here. I'm going to spend some time in the chat, and then we're going to kind of get more into the topic matter of what I'm talking about tonight. Your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. So let me go back to the chat, since I know I asked Brittany a question. Let's see here. She said, thank you. It was hard for me to find jobs with human services degree. All of the jobs that I wanted required an MSW in Texas. I want to pursue medical social work, working with pregnant women. And then she said, right now, I'm not interested in clinical setting. I started to find interest in macro. Yes, macro is definitely a thing. Okay, so you're interested in working in the macro field. And for those who don't know, macro work is really a different level of actual practice, where you're looking into more policies and procedures, and where really you can even work in government. You can work to advocate at the top level so that it comes down to the lower level. So that's the federal and the government and those entities, and it brings it down to the state and to the local areas and to the city and counties. So definitely you want to work in medical, okay. And then you felt like your human services, okay. You felt like your human services degree wasn't really, you were missing up on some of those jobs. But I would definitely say, depends on what you're trying to do. Because some people feel like, well, do you have to get your master's degree? Do you have to get your bachelor's? I always tell people, what do you want to do? It depends on what you want to do. And a lot of people are inclined to do direct practice. That's definitely, I wanted to do that within my clinical track. I didn't go to a clinical program, but I knew that I wanted to do the clinical track. So I did a lot of learning, like on the job, and really just being very intentional about it. So let's see here, Olivia. Okay, Olivia, tell me, are you a BSW student, MSW student? For everybody that's just joining in tonight, welcome, y'all. It is Social Work Month. I actually told everybody too that for the people that are joining and stay to the end, I have a definitely something special for you all. And definitely make sure that you stay tuned to the end. But I'm going to be looking at the chats, and I'm also going to be talking. Okay, so you were MS. Okay, perfect. Thank you for showing up, Olivia. I appreciate you all. A question: have you thought about going into schools to recruit social workers and building a career? I have. I wanted to really kind of work more with one-on-one with social work students, but I have thought about that. Because like I said, I know that it's really a gap. One thing, like I said, that I pride myself on, and now with the services that I'm going to be providing, I'm going to be able to help you connect from your social work classroom to your social work career. Because that is not the same. When you're in school, when you're in your BSW program, when you're in your MSW program, you are like, secluded from the, real world. And even though people may have work experience, still when you're learning social work processes and procedures, like human services is a similar degree, but it's still a lot of the concepts that you have to learn, theories, procedures and practices that kind of goes along with it. So it's just hard to kind of connect those dots, because you're transitioning from one entity, which is that classroom environment, which is really more protective to the real work, to the field. And I feel like there's not a lot of support that really helps students. I mean, if you agree with that, type 7 if you agree with what I'm saying. This might not be for everybody, but for the most, I know it's with my experience, type the number 7 if you agree that you need more support, really coming from connecting the dots from your classroom to your career. If you agree with that, type the number 7. And I'm going to get into the first topic matter about tonight. So I said your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. And the number one reason that I'm going to say is it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. I thought that it was, because I'm like, look, I'm paying all this money. I'm doing all of this sacrificing because of my BSW program. I worked full time and went to school full time. OMG. Like, I was so tired. I was so stressed. I was overwhelmed, and it was a lot of times I felt like, oh my goodness, can I do this? Giving up, I was like, that's not an option because I was so, I was wanting to be in a different place. I had, like I said, I worked for the Department of Social Services for 9 years, and I wanted something to do. I wanted to do more impactful work. I knew it was more. I don't know if anybody else can kind of relate to that. It's not so much, and I was in a space when I was not happy in the position I was in. I enjoyed my journey, but when it came to, like I said, I got more behind the scenes. I wasn't happy with that. That wasn't my best, So I was looking for impact and fulfillment. And like I said, once I discovered that, okay, I want to go back, because initially, me being a social worker, I had always wanted to be one when I was in high school, and then I changed it to a nursing major. Did nursing major for a little while, and I was like, okay, I can't get with this anatomy and physiology. Yeah, trying to stress me out. So I went back to being a BSW major. But it's a journey. It's definitely a journey. And like I said, you need support. You need support. Let me see here. Brittany she said, I am in need of a mentor. I am struggling this time around. I think because I'm trying to learn all I can, but I won't truly learn until I get into Yes. So our number one topic, like I said, for number one, I'm going to give you 3 pointers of why your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. Number one, it's not supposed to, because it's the actual foundation. Your BSW program and your MSW program is the actual foundation that lays those social work basics principles, those concepts, those theories, those procedures. It helps you to be able to get, that everything that we do, we're governed by evidence-based research. We're governed by, theoretical frameworks what guides our practice. If you're coming into it, you're not going to know everything. And I know even with me, I felt like, oh my goodness, it was so much that I was learning. I mean, I absolutely enjoyed it. I would say I enjoyed my MSW program way more than I enjoyed my BSW, just because I was able to appreciate it more. I didn't have to work, at all for that. And then my BSW, I worked full time. So it was just, I was in 2 different places in my life at the time. But I think sometimes we can really kind of have the expectation to say, oh, I'm getting all this knowledge. I'm learning all these skills. Okay, I'm going to just go out. I applied for so many positions after I got my BSW degree, and I was not getting a lot of, prospects. I wasn't getting a lot of people reaching back out. And I was like, you know what? I have to continue to further my education, because I was just to a point where I just knew I needed more. And then I was really kind of learning more about the field within the profession. I was already doing similar to you, kind of like, I want to say, Brittany, when you were saying that you was doing human services. So similar, I was doing a similar field that was in social work, but I wanted to do more, and I knew I wanted to do more of the clinical track. But it was night and day. After I learned that this is the foundation, and it was up to me to learn how to look more into my values, look more into where I want to be, even as it talks about just preparing for the job search. So a lot of your cohort, a lot of the people that you're in class with, they're going to be your competition when it comes. And people know these companies, they're very well versed. And when cohorts in, and when another one's going to be beginning, they target that, they market that. It was nothing for me to see. It was nothing for me to see one of my cohorts. Actually, I was coming in for an interview one time, and this is after my MSW. I'm graduating. And then as a person was coming out, she was in my cohort, and I was going in. So it's just real. I'm always going to tell you to, be yourself and, search who you are. And I'm going to say this too. For you all who have never seen my face before, who never said, who is this Melanie girl? Definitely explore. This channel is called Core Inspirations for a reason. I'm here to inspire you from the core of who you are. As a person, as a student, and as a professional. Those are the pillars that we have around here, because you have to be able to know who you are as a person. I have a video on that. Like I said, definitely make sure you all subscribe. Definitely like this video, you all. Everybody that's in here right now, if you can, because one of the things that I'm working on too around in the YouTube is really trying to make sure I have the algorithm together. So if you can like the video, like it up, everybody like it up. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that, because a lot of people do not know that I'm here. I'm trying to work on really expanding. But like I said, I'm definitely getting more into tailored work working with people to really know what your needs are, okay? And like I said, for those who are joining in, definitely make sure that you stay until the end because I got something special, something sweet for you at the end in honor of Social Work Month. I want to make sure that I'm giving back and helping out, and we're going to get into that. So let me see here. What do we have here in the chat? All right. Okay, she said number 7. Yeah, we definitely need support. But like I said, the first thing is that the BSW MSW program, it lays the foundation. It lays the foundation for you to understand the basic principles. But you are leading into the number 2. You're going to do a lot of learning in the field. Even with those internships, Brittany, I know you said that you was kind of like trying to hide out of those internships, and they are a beast. They really can be a beast because they're like, not everybody's internship is paid. For the majority, for what I've experienced, people do not have paid internships. And then even with COVID, like I reached out and I've talked to a lot of people who initially signed up for like a brick and mortar, and they was like, okay, I want to have that face-to-face experience for my social work program, and then COVID happened, and then everybody was forced to go online. Like I've talked to students who've dealt with that, and I know that's it's been hard on everybody, faculty, staff, as well as students, but understanding that the internship, that's a part of it. The Council on Social Work Education, that is pretty much staple across the board, but it's a requirement. We're not going to get away with it. We have to have that those hours. And it's challenging. It is challenging trying to get them in and trying to do it. And I know people also had challenges with actually landing and obtaining internships. And I've actually helped, people with that as well, to actually learn to be able to see what ways they can be strategic in doing that. Because the thing, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to just give this away. A lot of times, some of these agencies are really not prepared to take on interns. Some of them are partnering, some of them are private practice and really need the help. But sometimes they're not always equipped to really give you a space. So you have to learn how to advocate for yourself. Because before you can be an advocate for other people, you need to what? Advocate for yourself. And you need help with that. I mean, definitely take advantage of your field liaison and your field, director and all of that. But you have to really get comfortable with that. Get comfortable with learning. Because the ideal thing is for you to do something. I say 2 things. One, a try field that you would say, oh, you know what? I don't know about this area of practice. Maybe try it. I've always been a person to say, hey, if it's something that I want to do, there's nothing wrong with gathering information from people's experiences, but it's nothing like your own experience, because people are biased to their own opinions, So I say when you're looking for an internship, and most of them kind of give you first, second, and third choice, I would say your first choice would be ideally what you're wanting to do after you graduate. That would be number 1. The second would probably be something that you're wanting to try as an area of practice that maybe you feel like, yeah, I'm going to try it now in an internship to see if I like it. And then the third will possibly be your second choice that you want to do, or third choice that you want to do in the field. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, giving you some insight about what may be possibly beneficial for you. Because a lot of times people graduate and they have experiences, but it may not be an experiences in where they're trying to land. So you want to be strategic in that process, So I feel like I'm doing some talking. Let's see here. Before we get into our third pointer and then we turn it over to Q&As, let me go back to the chat right now. Let's see here. Let's see who we have here. Excuse me. Okay, Brittany. Oh, wow. Okay. So Brittany said, I'm currently interning at an elementary school. I know for sure I don't want to work with the kids. You are too funny. So let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about my experience with that. So my internship, I was a school social worker at an elementary school. It was a charter elementary school. And that was a place that let me know that I too didn't want to be a school social worker in that particular space. But what I did find out was that it was a clinician there because, like I said, everybody's need is different. So each school district, each region, each school that you go to, that particular school has different needs for their students and for their staff. So the school social work position can vary from school to school, right? And especially if you're talking about different age groups, you have the elementary, middle school, then you have high school. So being at an elementary school, definitely different needs. So I would see, I would, have my supervisor, my field supervisor, task supervisor, whichever your program calls it. But my task supervisor was the school social worker. And she was really, really kind of against like clinical work, and I was fine with that. It didn't have a problem at all. But I know that I wanted to do more. I felt like, hey, I want to be able to see, what this would look like. And a lot of the children had so many different behaviors. And I would just see and observe like what that role looked like. And sometimes we have to go to the class and remove the students. And then sometimes we would have to work with the teachers with certain stuff, certain workshops. But I found, and I don't know, Brittany, you let me know if this is your thing. I do too. And I don't know how this looks for COVID. Hey, Sydney, welcome. Welcome to Cornspirations. My name is Melanie.
I didn't get that.
Look at my phone, y'all. Siri, I am not talking to you, thank you. But welcome, Sydney. But let me know if that was your experience, Brittany, what I'm about to say. I found out that the students found, hey, I see Miss Melanie coming to get this student that's, crying or having an outburst or having, messing up or, getting in trouble with the students or not listening. And it got to a place that students would want to come to have that one-on-one time. So they had some type of negative notation, with, hey, if I act out, I'll get attention. I want to go with Miss Melanie or I want to go with this person. And I saw just a shift of how things went. And then I compared that to when the clinician that was at the school worked with some of these same students with their behaviors and how he went kind of more in depth in the social emotional skills and really implementing tools and coping mechanisms and strategies and interventions that work not only with the student but also with the family. And I was able to see the change. And again, y'all, I am a person of impact. So what did you say? She said, yes, I have experienced that. Yep. I am so grateful to get the experience through my internships. I would try to get a hospital. Yeah. Definitely utilize that because depending on, you're saying pregnant women, Brittany, so that definitely kind of goes. That's another question that one person had too. How do you use your current skills to where you want to go? I would say always look and be engaged in the market to see where you want to go and know, like I said, your values, what you're wanting to do, and you find skill sets and find opportunities where you're at to kind of get some of those things, even if it's some training outside of your job that you may need to acquire. Get some of those things so that way you can strategic plan for your transition. A lot of times people always see the deficiencies. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Your internship does count for experience. Some employers like for you to have more experience in addition to your field placement, your practicums, or your internships, but it is still lucrative experience. So definitely for my people that don't have a lot of work experience, my traditional students that may have a lack of social work experience, I have a video on that. But definitely let me just say this particular thing as of right now. I want everybody to make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you join in and be welcome in the social work tribe. I'm about to get into the third pointer tonight of why your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. And then after this, I'm going to open it up for Q&A. So if you have particular questions right now, no questions off the topic. If I don't know, I'll let you know I don't know, and I'll find a way to get back up with you. But definitely make sure that you are following me on Instagram at Cornspirations, one word. And matter of fact, let me see if I can put it in the chat right quick. So that way you can have it. So IG, you can follow me at Core Inspirations, and that's one word. And then if you're already here, you definitely can you can see it in the chat. Yep, definitely make sure that you follow me on Instagram, and then also make sure that you subscribe here, but also turn on your notifications bell because we're going to be doing this all month. So every Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a topic matter. And if you want to put in the chat right now some questions that you may have, and we can you can do that tonight, or we can actually I can actually build up a Q&A for next session. But definitely, if you have anything that you feel like you're not comfortable letting everybody know, if you want to kind of work with me one-on-one about some things, definitely send me a DM. Definitely send me a DM on Instagram. Like I said, Instagram, Cornspirations, one word, and I don't have a problem with working with you individually, okay? So let me go to the chat for a minute. Let's see here. Yep, you can follow me at Cornspirations. But yeah, we're getting into it tonight. Your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. So we talked about why that is. Number one, because it's not supposed to. It's the foundation. It's the initial foundation, but it's your responsibility, my responsibility, to build upon that foundation, to build upon it, to build upon the foundation, whether it's skill sets, whether it's a student or not, because even in being a student, you matter. And I want you to understand that too. I know the end goal is to graduate, but you still have a process. And I think sometimes and being social work students or being students in general and that whole academia process, we're so focused on our end goal. And I mean, I get it. You want to be focused on your end goal, but enjoy your journey. Like, there's a such thing as student development. And I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. But you need to develop as a person, as a student and professional, because all of that matters. You know, all of that matters. And like I said, no one wants just to do a job. Anybody can just work a job just to do a job. If you're paying all of this money, going to school, sacrifices, and changing different dynamics in your household, going without sometimes, being stressed, being, overwhelmed, and you want that to, you want your end goal to be worth it. You want the value that you're putting in something, you want to get the value out. And like I said, you need support to do that. And you need to be able to have people in your corner that's going to help you to be able to, like I say, connect the dots from the classroom to your career, to your social work classroom, to your social work career. And for people that are just coming on, I actually develop courses. I do course creation. I'm a development trainer. And I do tailor-made courses for your individual needs. And like I said, if you stay towards the end, I got some special things that I'm doing in honor of Social Work Month. And I'm going to see how it go. I may continue to do them. I don't know. But I know for tonight, I'm definitely going to do it for people coming in and sacrificing and kind of being with me. But yeah, I'm going to get into the last and final, and then we're going to turn it over for actual Q&A. So your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. And number 3 is because it's your journey. You get with the foundation. The foundation is laid about your BSW. Your foundation is laid about your MSW. And then my second tip, as I was saying, you're going to grow and you're going to learn and grow and practice. You're going to learn about, strengths-based perspective. Okay, how does that look? How do I implement that in the work that I do? Macro level social work. There's always a component to some type of component, whether you're in a school social work position or anything. Everything deals with policies and procedures. Every organization, company, establishment, nonprofit, government agency, they have policies and procedures. So there's always going to be a level of macro social work you're always doing. I think a lot of times we have to, shift our mind frame, and it takes time, especially if you have not had a lot of experience. But as you work your roles and as you work your jobs, you find out what's for you, you find out what's not for you. And then the last one, like I said, the number 3 reason why your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession is because it's your individual journey. Discover, have fun, explore. This field is so filled. It is going to grow. It's going to grow, as you know, prior to even COVID, but definitely now that COVID is here. And like I said, for some of you who are just tuning in, my name is Melanie. I have my BSW, my MSW, and I currently am provisionally licensed in the state of North Carolina, where I work as a therapist as well. So I am very well versed in the social work process and procedures, and I absolutely love the work that I do. Definitely, I want to just say this again. If you are new here, definitely make sure you like the video, you all. Make sure you like the video so that YouTube and the algorithms that YouTube has, it can kind of be shared with other people. Follow me. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Cornspirations, one word. Don't forget to follow me there, and definitely make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you will always hear and be notified whenever I do an upload. But yeah, you all, I've been working and doing a lot of different things. I've been wanting to do, just really trying to figure out what are some other ways that I can give back, I have a podcast on this channel that I do that is really kind of up and going. I have like 3 episodes up already, but I'm going to be continuing. But one thing I can tell you about myself, I reach out to you all to ask you, what do you want to know? What do you want to learn? And I make content about it. I'm telling you, when I ask y'all questions like, hey, What is something that you're struggling with? What is something that you're going with? I make content about it. But right now, what I'm doing now, I've stepped into the development and trainer role. So I do tailor-made courses for your needs as it relates to you being a social work student and as it relates to you being a social work professional. And what we do, because a lot of times I've given so much information, and sometimes you need somebody that works with you on your need, on what you're struggling with, you know? But that's everything. Those are the 3 reasons tonight your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. So tell me, what are you thinking so far? How are you liking the lives, you all? How are you liking the lives so far? I'm going to turn it over to a Q&A because we're coming up on an hour tonight. But I see new people are coming in. I see people coming in. Welcome. Tonight you are watching Core Inspirations. This is a channel designed with social work students and professional in mind, and I mean every bit of that. My name is Melanie. I am a person who's travailed to get her BSW, MSW, and LCSWA. I'm a practicing therapist in the state of North Carolina, and I love what I do. But let's go to the chats, you all. We're about to turn it over. Let's see here. Brittany, I will come up with some questions for next week. Thank you for taking the time out to help us. You are welcome. All right, Ron, Cuzzo in the building. Yes, blessings to you. And your hustle just jumped in to tell you that. Have a great night. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I think this is a perfect leeway for me to tell you about what I have for you all. Put in question marks. If you're here, put question marks in here before I get ahead and tell you what I'm telling you all. For the people who joined and stayed to the end, I got a special surprise. Put a question mark in for me into the chat. Because I'm about to let you know what I'm about to do. I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, you all, it's a process in any degree. But I am well versed in the social work process, and I'm here to help. Like I said, I'm definitely here to help. All right, I see one question mark. Do I see another? Let's see some question marks before I give the reveal. Yes, but I thoroughly enjoy doing the lives as well. Like I said, oftentimes, I'm going to give it some more time. I see him. All right. Miss Donna did hers. Brittany, Olivia, okay. Let's see some more question marks coming into the chat. Sydney, you still with me? Yep, come on. But I mean, it's a lot, you all. It's definitely a lot. But I want to just tell you to everybody, you know, for all the change agents, for all, the change agents. I wrote it down. Let me go back. I'm over here trying to remember. Because I said, let me go down and tell y'all that I appreciate you. For all the change agents, for all of the sacrifices, all of the workers of social justice and impact and fulfillment and sacrifices, and for the policy changers, thank you for the work that you do. Even while being a social work student, thank you for the work that you do. Thank you. And happy Social Work Month to everybody. Let me say here. Yes, all right. Thank you. You are so informative. Love the insight. I get that all the time. That's why I'm doing the courses now. That's the whole thing. And speaking of that, speaking of me being so informative, right now, the first 10 people, I'm going to do a free giveaway. It's going to be a free 10-minute consultation with myself in regards to your actual own tailor-made course. And for the first 10 people to do the following, and I got it written down. So you'll get a free 10-minute consultation with me in honor of Social Work Month. And this is the 3 things you need to do. Number 1, subscribe and turn on to your notifications bell. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notifications bell. Then join my Facebook group. I'm going to put the name of it now. I have a Facebook group that I have that I'm going to be working more intensively with the people that are there. So let me put here the name of the Facebook group so that you have it, okay? It's called Core Inspirations Social Work Tribe. Let me put that in here. So number 1, I'm giving away, oh my goodness, I'm giving away for the first 10 people a free 10-minute consultation in regards to getting your own tailor-made course. The first thing you have to do is subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Join my Facebook group, and it's called Conspirations Social Work Tribe. And then 3, follow me on IG and DM me and put in the word, when you DM me, put in Social Work Month. And you will have your free 10-minute consultation. And we're going to get going to get you where you want to be. Okay? I'm going to repeat it one more time now. To the first 10 people. I'm doing this I'm starting off big, y'all, for Social Work Month. For the first 10 people, you'll get a free 10-minute consultation with me. 3 steps. Number 1, subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell. 2, join the Facebook group called Conspiration Social Work Tribe on Facebook. Number 3, follow me on Instagram and DM me Social Work Month. And let's go. All right? To the first 10 people. But now we're going to turn it over to Q&A. We're going to spend some time with Q&A. So if you have any questions right now, any particular things, if you need an encouragement, if you're trying to figure out what's the best thing to, do, how do I get through my internship? If you're having problems with professors, I know a lot of times people don't really like to be open about that. It's a thing. It happens. We could talk about it. So I'm going to turn it over to Q&A for about 15 minutes or less, depending on your questions. If you don't have any questions, we can call it a night. But I'm here. So tonight we talked about why your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. Number 1, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to give you the initial foundation, and it's up to you to build upon that. Number 2 is because you're going to be learning more once you get into the field, into the profession, and you're going to grow those skill sets you need. Number 3 is because it's your journey. You have to be the one to know what you value, what you need, where you're going. A lot of times people, they love, and even professors are even bad for this, telling you how social workers don't make money. It's just simply not true. If you're not making money with a social worker, and you're at the MSW level for sure, DM me. That's all I'm going to say. DM me on IG. I'm telling you, you need support. And that's what I realized. You need support to help you get there. Every person is different. And then this is the thing I want you all to know too. There's one thing in getting generalized career information, generalized student, grad school information, right? But grad school can be in various degrees, right? Career information can be in various industries. There's something about getting particular, precise, sound experience, expertise from someone in your same industry. And you see my credentials at the bottom. I didn't just get there just to get there. BSW, MSW, LCSW. I'm a current practicing social worker. I'm currently a practicing therapist. I'm telling you, I've learned the hard way. I haven't always made the best decisions. I haven't always, did the right thing as it relates to, I should have made a better choice. I learned trial and error, and I'm here to help you, to walk you through literally your social work classroom to your social work career, the career that you want, and you need someone to help you to do it. Okay, so let me turn it over to the chat because we are now at the Q&A. Let's see. Yes, I see Brittany say yay. Definitely make sure y'all do those 3 things now. Make sure y'all do them. For the first 10 people, you're going to get a free 10-minute consultation, okay? Subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Join my Facebook groups, Conspiration Social Work Tribe. And 3, follow me on IG. And then make sure that you DM me and say social work. All right, so let's go. All right, let's go to the chat. So Olivia, she said, what was your method for doing research for papers? What was my method? That's a good question because you already know that APA, what is it, the 6th edition? Ain't no joke. But what was your method for doing research for papers? So this is what I tell you. I've always naturally been a strong English student. Always. English has always been like my strong suit. But however that, I was very much challenged in writing at an academic level, at a universal academic level. The APA, we write in the profession of social work. Because of the work that we do, it has to be an academic form of writing. This is a social science degree. So you have to know how to not lean into jargon, not lean into biases, not leaning into opinions. Because it's social science, because it's the science of humans, we can learn and err to our own opinions about certain things, our own implicit biases, our own, prejudices, our own opinions. So, to answer your question, what was my method for doing research papers? Practice. Practice. I actually literally had to practice. And then you need to, I would say it's worth the investment to really purchase the APA, to get with someone to work with you if you don't feel like you have a professor, maybe going to your professor office hours and really talking with them and maybe sitting down with them. If you have an English department, kind of really understanding why you're maybe getting some of the errors that you're getting, because definitely if you have, and every professor is different too. Some people or some professors, instructors are very strict with the APA, some are a little lax. So you have to kind of switch up your style based upon that professor you have. But ultimately, for college level and academic writing, the APA that's what's gonna help you. So my method was to practice, and learn from my mistakes. Brittany said, I'm having trouble joining the group on Facebook. Okay, it won't come up when I search it. Okay. Let me see. We're gonna do it right now. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. I don't want to do something else. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Let's see. Give me 1 moment. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can go in and see. Because I want to make sure that y'all take advantage of it. Let me see here. All right. Let me see here. You're having issues on Facebook to join, right? You said? Let's see here. Facebook. All right. I'm not sure why. I don't want to hold it up. But Brittany, you know what? DM me, and then what I do after I go through everything, I'll go and check and see. Because I did have it private, because like I said, this is an opportunity I'm not giving to everyone. Like I said, I'm very busy within the profession that I'm doing, so I take this work very seriously. So like I said, I'm giving it to 10 people that are serious about it, first 10 people. But you can go ahead and DM me, and then we'll go from there. Let me see if I can go on here and look at it. Give me a moment. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Because I want to make sure that you all join. Let me see here. Are you putting in Core Inspirations with an S? Social Work Tribe? See it? Make sure you put that in there. On the Facebook group, put Core, C-O-R-E, Inspirations, Social Work Tribe. And I'm going to see if I can search it too. That's the name of it on there. But let me see here if I can do. But definitely you can kind of keep your questions coming. I'm going to come back. Let me just work on this for Brittany right quick, okay? If you have questions right now, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'm going to be following up on them in a minute, okay? Let's see here. Login. I'm going to look and see. All right. Okay, I'm not sure, Brittany, because I actually see somebody else already in here that's actually already here. So I see somebody that's already in here. So I'm not sure if you're having issues with it. But if you are, just go ahead and DM me, because, I mean, you've been here, and I've seen that you've been engaging from the beginning to end. So just DM me. Just DM me, Brittany. But I definitely see that someone's actually already, yeah. Yep. They're already in here. So I'm not sure why you're not able to do it, but I was trying to see, because I'm like, I know I made it shareable, because I did have it private at first, because like I said, it's not for everyone. But if you go in and you search Core Inspirations within that Social Work Tribe, you should definitely see it. And once I kind of get to it, I'll let you know. But if you have any problems still, definitely DM me and let me know the situation, okay? All right, so let me see here. Can you send me the link on IG? I'll message you. Okay, she can message me. Okay. Do we have any other questions? I'm going to make sure I'm not overlooking anybody. Like I said, for today's promotional offer, which I'm actually doing for Social Work Month, and honor of Social Work Month, because it is so. We are so needed in this field. But for the first 10 people that goes to subscribe and turn your notification bells on, subscribe to my YouTube channel, to also join the Facebook group. It's called Core Inspirations Social Work Tribe, all the way spelled out. Make sure you put an S on Core Inspirations, and I have it in the chat so that way you can see it. And then follow me on IG and DM me the word Social Work Month. And if you are one of the 10 people, you will hear from me. Make sure you list also a contact number if you want to when you DM me, just so that I'll have that when I follow up with you to let you know and touch base with you for your free consultation. So I'm looking forward to working with you all. But let's see, do we have any other questions? Let's see here. Thank you, Auntie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Definitely heartfelt. Yep, definitely heartfelt. I'm sharing my passion. It took me a while to get here. I'm telling you. It took me a while to get here, But I'm standing on your shoulders, So I appreciate the work that you have done as well and leading the way. Because I wouldn't be here today. So I appreciate that, Aunt Donna. Yeah, my auntie is in the room, y'all. Giving me some support. I love it. And I need it. Like I said, we all need it. We definitely need it. You'll be surprised how people really, you may not know that they're just like drowning, and within the profession, and it's so much that can go on. I mean, we can have a whole nother conversation about that, but life still happens. Life is still going, even in your pursuit of your goals, and the stress levels when it comes to higher education, don't even talk about being a first generation. Don't even talk about, you've been out of school for a while, or you're just totally new, or you're transitioning from one career to another. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to fathom, and it's a lot to kind of go through by yourself, But yep, I'm going to give it about 3 more minutes to see if we have any more questions. If you have any more questions, definitely chat it at the bottom. But this has been an awesome, engaging live. And again, I'm going to do this every Tuesday for the month of March at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. DM me any questions or concerns if you want me to talk about it in our next upcoming live. And let me just go over the dates with you. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So let me pull out my handy dandy calendar over here. So today's live, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So March 1st, Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. March 8th, Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. March 15th, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. March 22nd, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. March the 29th, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be here. And I hope that you will all be with me. Like I said, I'm definitely here to support in any way that I can. Let's see. Do we have some more questions? I'm going to go back to the chat, okay? Yes, because I'm telling you, the needs are growing. I mean, we're at war right now. You know how many people are going to be utilizing clinical services right now just to cope. You know how many people can't get back home. You know how many people are on the fence of thinking, oh, we're going to be drafted over. We are so needed. I'm not saying that other professionals are not, but I can't speak on what I have not had experience in. I am well versed in the social work practice and procedures. And I just don't, I'm here also to kind of debunk some of that negative notations and stigma surrounding that, hey, all we do is take children all day. Now, that is so ancient. It is so ancient. And like I said, it's definitely a lucrative career. It just depends on what your needs are. But having someone who is versed in the industry, who's versed in that process and procedures of classroom to your career, you need that. You need that to help you to get to where you want to go. It really is. It's just having an extra set of support, eyes, and teams that can kind of help you. Oh, let's go this way. Oh, what do you want to do? Okay, let's go that way. And you need that. You're not working this hard for nothing. And there's some reality things that I'll be telling like my clients, and hopefully I'll get the chance to work with a lot of you all. But there's some real conversations that have to be had that is more suited for when we work one-on-one. But you definitely need to know. You definitely need to know. And as you can see, I'm very upfront with things. But when we work with particular things, I'm a very detailed type person. I'm a person I work with integrity. So I don't waste your time. I'm not here to play games. This is something, like I said, I definitely have things to do for sure. I have some clinical notes right now, but I'm here with you all because I want to be, and this is a part of my fulfillment, and this is a part of what makes me feel happy, and this is a part of what I feel like I'm called to do. So, like I said, this is a channel. I've been around here for a little while now, and definitely moving more forward to development and training because you need it. You definitely need it. So let me go to the chats and let's see here. All right. So tonight we talked about your social work program will not prepare you for everything in the profession. And we talked about it. Number one is because it's not supposed to. It's supposed to lay that initial foundation for you to continue to build upon. Number two, because you're going to be growing by leaps and bounds by getting more practical experiences as you work within a profession. And number three is because it's your journey. You tailor make the journey that you want, and you can do that, and you need support to do that, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. So you all, it's been great. We have rocked it for the first day of March and also Social Work Month. So I'm definitely excited. I appreciate you all rocking with me tonight. And like I said, for the first 10 people, if you're still with me, definitely go over. For the first 10 people to get that free 10-minute consultation, subscribe, turn the notification bells on, join the Facebook group, Core Inspiration Social Work Tribe, and then follow me on IG and DM me the word Social Work Month. And I look forward to working with you all. Have a good night. Have a good night. I don't see anybody else in the chat. Yep. You all have a good night. And I always hate to end it. If it's, let me refresh and make sure because I don't want to end it. Let me see. Hold up. Let me refresh. If you have any other questions, you all, go ahead and ask me now. Because I can go ahead and address some of the questions. I don't mind giving it a couple of more minutes, okay? If you have any questions or if you feel like you can't speak in front of everyone, definitely DM me. Definitely like this video, you all. Definitely like. And share my content with you all, with people that you know can utilize the support that I'm rendering, okay? So definitely make sure that you do that. All right, and there's no more comments in the chat. Have an awesome night, you all. Thank you so much for watching. You're watching Core Inspirations, a channel designed with social work students and professionals in mind. My name is Melanie. I am your development instructor. Have an awesome evening. And happy Social Work Month to everybody. Have a good night.